to another Craftea Chat podcast. Hello. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. And if you are new, thank you for stopping by and checking out my podcast. If you find that you enjoy it, it is a fortnightly podcast, so you get one every other week. It's about knitting and crochet and sometimes beadwork as well. So just hit that subscribe button just down below and my videos will pop up in your subscription feed. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'm back. I've had a bit of a silent break. I'm just trying to get comfortable on this chair, my goodness. I've had a bit of a break, so I'm back now. Look, the Craftea Chat mug. And the tea I am drinking today, because I'm a bit all over the place already, is Santa's Secret tea. This is the tea that I won from Candice of Pin Feathers and Pearls. I won her a 3,000 subscriber giveaway. So I am trying the tea and I've not tasted any yet, so I can see why she loves it so much. That is a delicious tea. It's really good. Oh, I'm sad I've only got a small amount of it now. I'll have to ration. Anyway, like I said, this is a knitting and crochet podcast. If you wish to follow me on social media, they're all here. I'm more active on some than I am on others. Like everyone, basically. I am most active on Instagram, but I do also try to keep my Ravelry project pages up to date. Also, we have a Craftea Chat Ravelry group. So that's pretty cool. That is where you will find all the notes and all the links and all the patterns to the things that I mentioned in this video today. So feel free to check that out if you have any questions. There is also a ask me anything bit, and yes. I realised I haven't introduced myself in a while, so my name is Hannah, as I said in the introduction. I am from England, but I'm currently living in a slightly grey today, Frankfurt. We've had glorious weather here, but yes. Yes, that's it. I started the Corner of Craft YouTube channel almost 3 years ago. It's coming up in May, so that's exciting. So, and we've almost hit 35,000 subscribers here, which is ridiculous. And I want to do a knit along and crochet along to celebrate getting to 35,000, because I said on my channel ages ago that I wouldn't do another giveaway, just a willy-nilly giveaway, until I hit 50,000. And I feel like I can't go back on my word now because I've kind of made that commitment. So I want to do a knit along and crochet along, but I can't think of any topics in particular to do. So if anyone has any ideas, please feel free to let me know. Also, my hair is yet a different colour. I was bridesmaid at a wedding, and my roots were getting awful because I wanted to stop bleaching my hair. So I went to the hairdressers and she did this. So this is a permanent purple put over the bluish green that I had. And it's going to fade out. It's already faded. It's over bleached hair. It's not going to actually be permanent. My roots are my natural colour now. Ooh, what's this happening here? Ooh, that's having a party. Oh my goodness, I wish I'd not started this. Okay, there we go, that'll do. My roots are now my natural colour, and I've got purpley ends. Quite like it. It's a bit more grown up. I suppose I should start embracing that a bit more. So anyway, moving along to knitting things. So we are starting off with finished things, because I switched up the order in which I do my podcast now. We start with finished things. And yes, my eye is much better. Thank you to everyone who commented on my last video and asked and said that they hope that my eye would get better soon, because it's so much better, as you can tell. No eye patch required today. My first finished things are my If Hermione Were a Hufflepuff socks, and I have worn these and I have washed these, because as soon as I finished them I put them on and then thought, no, the podcast. But yes, these are Hermione Everyday socks, a pattern by Erica Luda. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's a great pattern, very easy to follow, and it was my first foray into my first foray into patterned socks, because I'd never done them before. Actually, lies, I had done them before. That was a stupid statement for me to say. I did my Emo Weasley socks with the Weasley Homestead pattern, also by Erica Luda. Anyway, this yarn is lovely and sheepy. It is Ripples Crafts, yarn by Ripples Crafts, and it's called So Melrosian, which is an island off the coast of Scotland. I think I looked it up and said that was it. Or a town. It's a town in Scotland. It's not an island at all. And I said it might be Melrosian tartan, and then somebody reminded me that tartan goes by family, not by town, and that was a really stupid thing for me to have a brain fart on. But they have a mayor, and their sash is these colours. But Hufflepuff socks. So I entered these into the inside number 23's year-long Harry Potter knit along. I don't have anything for April. I'm slacking a little bit, but that's okay. These things happen. And these are also going in my box O socks. Let me just quickly check and see what number these are. And the box of socks knit along is a knit along by Kristen of Woolenvine and the Yarngasm podcast. Let me just wait for my slow phone to get a bit quicker. Apologies for this, I should have written it down, but apparently I wasn't organised enough. Pair number 7. These are pair number 7 of my box of socks. And the box of socks, Cal, is you knit 12 pairs of socks throughout the year. It goes from the 1st of January 2017 till the 1st of January 2018. And something tells me I am going to accomplish that. That tea is delicious. I wish I hadn't left my little tea strainer in as long as I have. That was my fault because I was doing my makeup. So I was doing it. My makeup looks a lot more muted in person, on camera, than it does in person. How frustrating. Anyway, I was just like, oh, I need some fun eyeshadow, and so I did fun eyeshadow. Anyway, this yarn is non-superwash wool and nylon, which means it can't be machine washed, but that's okay. It's gonna be real snuggly and toasty. It actually is super soft, not like a silky soft, but still soft. And yeah. Ta-da! Finished thing number 1. Considering I've not podcasted in 3 weeks, I haven't got that much done. I'm a little disappointed in myself, so apologies. But my other finished thing are these socks, and you never saw these as a whip. So this was yarn that you saw as a ball last time. It was gifted to me by the wonderful Bernadette from the Wet Coast Wools podcast. And I'm a little bit obsessed with her, and apologies Bernadette. She just makes such amazing jumpers and sweaters. Her colour work skills are incredible. I'm a little bit obsessed with you, just to let you know. Sorry. But the yarn is Premier Yarns Deborah Norville, who somebody said that she is a host on some craft thing in the States, I think, because I mentioned how I didn't know her. It's a Serenity sock weight in the paprika colourway. And it is 50% superwash merino, 25% bamboo and 25% nylon. I love these. And I only used 1 ball because apparently I can get 2 socks out of 1 ball of wool if I use contrasting heel cuffs and toes. Who knew? Who knew? I did, because I always do. But yeah, I just did a standard sock. I did just a plain vanilla German twisted cast on for the cuff. I think I did 14 rows of 2x2 rib, 2.25mm needles on my higher sharps. Magic loop, as you can tell by the seam here, because I haven't blocked these yet, because I don't block things because I don't have sock blockers. I really need to get some sock blockers, because showing a sock like this and photographing a sock folded like this, it's just not very attractive. But you know, I forgot to say with these socks, I also entered them into Soprano Knits, no, Stringing It Together podcast. Becky, my good friend and neighbour, is hosting a Eurostash cow, and you have to use European indie dyed yarn, and you've still got another couple of weeks to enter. It ends May the 1st or May the 31st. I'll put it on the screen so you can see. But you still have time to enter She's got some lovely prizes. I've seen some in person because she's my neighbour. Anyway, these are also going to be entered into the Boxo socks, pair number 8, which is crazy. Heels, cuffs and toes, I just used Aldi sock yarn because there's nothing wrong with it, because here in Germany, Aldi sells sock yarn. So Sockenwolle, it's by Fendita. It's colour 01, which is just this cream colour. 25% wool, 75% wool, 25% polyamide, and it's just 4-ply sock yarn. I use it a lot for heels, cuffs and toes. I've realised that most of my socks have cream heels, cuffs and toes, so I might need to branch out with colours. But for the first time, not for the first time, but one of the first times, these actually match exactly. So that's really satisfying. Really satisfying, because usually I don't care because I'm trying to get two socks out of one ball of wool. So I don't care if they match or not. But these ones, I only had to wind off the smallest amount. I had to wind off just this bit underneath the purple. Oh no, not even. I just had to wind off this small green and pinky bit before the purple. That's all I had to wind off because I finished on the red. So it worked out beautifully. But standard vanilla sock, heel flap and gusset, which is my fave fitting heel. I think I'm going to have to start doing a longer heel flap though, because I get bored of decreasing, so I only do a short heel flap, and then they don't fit my feet as well. And on one of my socks, can't remember which one, I can probably very easily tell, this one, I decreased by too many. I had just finished the other socks and they are 60 stitches and I used a 2.5mm needle, whereas these are 64 stitches and I used a 2.25mm needle. And so I accidentally decreased, well, I accidentally decreased to 29 because I was chatting, so I had to increase some on the bottom. But it's okay, it's a sock, it's going to be on the bottom of my foot. Who's going to know? You are now. You, all of you are going to know now. But yeah, although it's called Paprika, I called them my springtime socks because it reminds me of spring. It could also be the time of year which I'm knitting them, which is kind of spring is springing. Whips and hoes, we're moving on. I don't have any half objects for you today, but I do have a few works in progress. So this is my Blue Hour sweater. Now I can't believe how quickly people bust through a jumper. I think I need a little bit of like instant gratification as I go. So I like knitting socks as well as the jumper because I need a bit of, I think I'm more of a product knitter than a progress. Well, I don't know what it is. You know, I like to have the finished thing. Anyway, so this is the Blue Hour sweater by Suvi Simola, and last time you saw me, it was just a little back bit. It hadn't joined up, it wasn't being knit in the round. It was where this sheepy is, this sheepy, and it hadn't been joined in the round yet. And now look at me go, woo! I got like just under my boobs done, I think. Let's put that here, like this, yeah! If I were to stop it now, it comes just under my brassiere. But it's really exciting. It's beautiful, yeah. It's been screwed up in my bag, I'm sorry. My fringe supply bag, which I need to put my pins on, actually. Oh, hiccup, excuse me. But this top bit took me longer than I wanted it to because I kept getting fed up with having to purl. And then I don't know what my problem is with the rest of it. I think I'm a little bit worried that I've knit the wrong size, but I don't think I have. So I'm terrified it's not going to fit me when I finish. So I'm thinking the longer I take to knit it, the less depressing it will be when I finish it. But I'm not really sure. It should be fine. Like, it fits so far. But yeah, I've separated off my sleeves. Got them on a bit of crochet cotton. And then, bloop, side increases are happening. I started alternating skeins. And then I'm not very neat and tidy at it, so I stopped. And like, because I had a thought and I looked at it and thought, do they look any different? Does it look like they're striping? No, it doesn't. So I'm just, I don't need to, except for the bottom bit. I'm thinking when I get to like the top of my waist, so maybe after the next increase, I'll start to incorporate my other colour. Because for those who don't know, oh no, it's going to match my hair now. Oh no. For those who don't know, I accidentally bought 2 skeins of silver and 1 skein of charcoal because the lighting at Edinburgh Yarn Festival wasn't the best, and I was just getting flustered and distracted and stressed about buying my first sweater's quantity of yarn. But it's so subtle you can barely tell, so it's not a problem, I don't mind. But yes, this yarn is by the Knitting Goddess, bought at Edinburgh Yarn Festival, as I said. The purple colour at the top is violet, and then the rest of it is silver, except for the bit of charcoal that will be coming later. I'm knitting these on my higher sharps interchangeables. I am knitting the medium size. Really soft wool so far. It's non-superwash. It is, I suppose I could get the tag out, couldn't I? Here. So yes, this has been living inside the caked up yarn, so if I do this. There we go, the Knitting Goddess, hand dyed in Harrogate. It is 4-ply British BFL and Masham, 75% British BFL, 75% British Masham. Both balls are sourced from UK flocks and hand processed and spun in the UK, hand wash only. So my boyfriend is not getting his mitts on this to wash it because he shrunk a jumper a few weeks ago. So I had to explain to him what a wool wash setting on the washing machine did. Quite funny. But yeah, this is it. I feel quite proud. Now I've held it up to myself, I feel a bit more accomplished. Before I felt like, oh, this is going forever. But it's okay, I'm gonna move my stitch marker. I'm desperate to knit my exploration station because the Beautiful Things podcast is hosting a exploration station cow. And I am desperate to join in. But, especially because I have all of the yarns I want to use. But I can't until I've got at least the body of this done. I'm trying to be strict with myself, because otherwise I'll just have lots of projects on the needles and I don't want to do that. But I want to get at least the body of this done. Oh, I can't believe how creased it's got. How sad. It's okay. It doesn't help that it's on a too small of a thing. But yeah. Oh, and I bought myself some of these little clippy things so I can count my rows between the increases. Oh, everything's a learning curve. I'm learning so much from knitting this. And in a good way though. I'm really, really enjoying it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. And also I think the fact I'm not going to be able to wear it for a few months is also making me knit it a bit slower. But I did get quite a lot of it done during my time in England. And I'm really sorry for all the church bells and cathedral bells. It's midday. I hadn't timed this well. Standard me. And then living in my phone box project bag, also from Bernadette. I can talk about her a little bit too much, I feel. Is my Cozy Memories blanket, and I haven't knit this that much. I think I did a few squares after my last podcast, judging by the stitch marker, and then I haven't touched it since. But I'm desperate to get through this ball that Amy, who is Odd Knits Adventures and host of the Talk Yarny to Me podcast, I am desperate to get to the middle of her ball of delightfulness of minis that she gave me. So Mario keeps telling me to wind them on, but I'm not going to do that because that is cheating. And I have a little unicorn progress keeper on it. And I'll talk more about my progress keepers in a moment. And I'm going to move it. But yeah, we're making good progress. I'm on row 4. That's almost 1 row a month. That's pretty good going. That's not bad. I can deal with that. But yeah. This is the pattern by Kemper Ray, Kemper of the Junk Yarn podcast and just of Junk Yarn. She posted a pattern called the Coziest Memories blanket, and oof, fluff and hair. And I wanted to hop on board that train. So I followed it exactly because I was still relatively new to knitting when I started it. And I still am relatively new to knitting, I suppose, but I think I'm a bit more with things now. But I'm using a 2.5 2.5mm needle instead of the 2.75 that the pattern calls for, just because I didn't have a 2.75 and I tried to use a 3mm and it looked weird. So I'm just using 2.5. I'm tempted to treat myself to some nicer 2.5mm needles to knit this on, because the ones I'm knitting it on aren't the nicest. They were cheap ones from Aldi. They probably came with the sock yarn that I used for my springtime socks. But yes, cozy memories. I want to work on this more, but you know, too many whips. Too many whips. I don't even have that many. I've only got 3. But I go through phases with my blanket where I knit it obsessively or I don't touch it. It happens. And then living in my fantastic TARDIS bag that I've been using obsessively. Whenever I finish a sock, it gets taken out of this bag and a new one goes in. Also gifted to me by Bernadette. I've told her that she needs to start selling these. And she says she doesn't feel like they're good enough, but I think they're fantastic. So just saying. We've got some spring socks happening. Spring socks. So this fantastic yarn by Truly Hooked. It was her anti-Valentine's Day colourway, if you focus. Come on, there we go. But it reminded me of mini eggs, like Cadbury's mini eggs and Easter, let's be honest. So this is her standard sock base, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, Unikitty. So yes, Truly Hooked. That's been rolled up in the middle of here. And I wanted to embrace the lace, because I've never done lace knitting before. The only form of lacy thing I've done is crochet and crocheting doilies, which I've done a little bit obsessively. I get a bit obsessed with things. I don't just casually knit things. I go hard or go home. And the past couple of days, we went to Dresden, which is 5 hours away on a train, and it's just one train. And I mean, I got a fair amount of knit on that train, but not as much as I thought I would. But that's also because I was watching Bates Motel, so I had to keep putting it down to concentrate. And then I also napped, let's be honest, because I love a nap. But these are my spring lacy socks. And you may recognise this pattern because everyone and their mother has done it. And these are the Mercury socks by Kim Drotar. And I thought, perfect, Easter knitting. And I've turned the heel. I did a longer heel flap than I usually do after talking about that one. And I actually followed the instructions. I did a 2.5 inch heel flap because I have a high instep, so it makes sense. I'm just lazy. And I'm currently decreasing. And also I didn't want my shoe to rub on the lacework too much if I wear these with shoes. And these are just beautiful and such an easy pattern. I know everyone said it, but you know, I've never done lace knitting before, so I feel like you could trust me. Not that you can't trust anyone else, that sounded ridiculous. But because I've never done lace knitting before and it looked really difficult, it's not. Even I can do it. 2.5mm needles, even though the pattern called for 2.25 and 60 stitches or 72 stitches. I did a 2.5mm needle with 60 stitches because I think 72 stitches on 2.25 would be too big. And so yeah, I did a nice long cuff. I went for a few more rows than the pattern suggested. German twisted cast on, which is my fave cast on. And I've got this little, well, it's a progress keeper, but I use it to mark the end of my row. It's a cute little pastel ducky. And I want to have some of these in my shop, but it's not going to happen for a couple of weeks. And I will tell you why in a moment. But I'm also a bit sad that I didn't knit vanilla socks out of these, because look at the base of this foot. Look how gorgeous that is. It's beautiful. But I mean, at the same time, these are so cool. So yeah, now I'm just on the foot, and I cast these on late Monday night. So that's not bad going, actually, thinking about it, but I have had 10 hours on a train. So that would explain that. But that is it. That is all my whips and hose for this week. Now we've got a teeny tiny amount of stash fattening. None of it is yarn, unfortunately, so I suppose it's not stash fattening, and it's just things that I've bought over the past 3 weeks or been given. First off, I bought myself some cable needles because mine and Becky's friend Virginia, she loves these cable needles. So you can't buy them on German Amazon all the time, but they're available on English Amazon. So I bought them on English Amazon, got Becky a pair as well. They're ready to be given to her. And I delivered them to my parents, but they're just like bamboo cable needles, and apparently they're great. So I'm excited because I still have a pair of fingerless mittens to test knit, which I'm going to buy yarn for this week, I promise. I'm really sorry, Suzanne. And then I bought myself some pins to go on my bag because Punky Pins, which is a shop, obviously, Punky Pins. This isn't their business card, it's just a little thank you card that they send with their orders. It's quite a good idea, that. Punky Pins. They had a seconds sale, so things that aren't quite perfect were sold at a ridiculously cheap price. So I bought 5 pins, but 3 of them are gifts, so I can't show you. But I got this banana pin. I mean, you can tell why this is a second because it's got a bit missing here, but I don't mind, it's not the end of the world. And I've got this because it's the best thing ever. Woo! Caticorn! Or Unikitty. I suppose I'd better put that on the project bag with a Unikitty on. But yeah, love these. And then I was bridesmaid at my best friend's wedding over the past week. I'm trying to keep things that I've been doing it to a minimal and save that for life update. But she gave me this as a thanks for being my bridesmaid. Crochet your own little narwhal. It's by Mohu. And it contains yarn, stuffing, felt, template, black beads and thread. And then once I have the pattern, I'm going to make loads of these and give them to everyone because everyone needs a little narwhal in their life. I'm really excited to make him. It's taken a lot for me to not take it with me, but I thought it would be a bit fiddly and a bit quick to make on a 5-hour train journey because they're like dinky. I'm really excited to make him. And then the final thing is not knitting related at all in the slightest, but I have to show you anyway. So, it's a Moomin's cookbook. We went to a charity shop in Lewes, because we went and visited Lewes for the day, which is near to Brighton. It's like further on than Brighton. Oh, what are you? Oh, you're a how to make Scotch eggs. Thanks, Mario, for putting that in my book. It's a Moomin's cookbook, and it's got Finnish cuisine, an introduction to Finnish cuisine. And it's just, the recipes looked quite good and the pictures are incredible and I love the Moomins. My purse is a Moomin purse. I don't have my purse with me. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And it was only $2.99. Hardback book. It was originally $12.99. Gotta love a charity shop. That's something I miss over here. When were you published? That's what I'm trying to find out. 2010. Not bad. But yeah, it's just super cute. So I thought, let's treat myself. Let's do it. Actually, my dad bought it for me, so I can't say I treated myself. But yes. Oh, and I kind of got like another little project bag because this candle, I got a can of pina colada, which I've already consumed, the narwhal and a nail varnish, and she put it inside this little bag. Everyone had a bag with their name on it. It's such a good knitting project size, so you can guarantee that knitting is going to be going in here at some point. Super cute. I love it. I love it. I want to find out where she got these printed, because the Corner of Craft might want to start selling cute little printed bags, because that would be super cool. Anyway, that is actually it for all of the things that I've bought. I got through that quite quickly, but that's okay. Also, this candle smells like watermelon. Are you hot? You're not hot. You're okay. Oh. This this is the candle. This is very risky, I am aware. Oh, the sun's come out. It's so cool. Because she knows I love watermelon smells. And it's the first time I've lit it today, because I've barely been in. Anyway, and now we're moving on to Etsy news, which is exciting. So for those who don't know, I have actually got an Etsy shop. It's always linked in the description box below, but it never really has anything in. And I've been told several times that I need to put my beaded stitch markers in, and I didn't believe anyone and didn't think that they'd sell, because I've always had things in my Etsy shop and they've just never ever sold. Every time I think something's a good idea, I do it and I make it and I put them in and I get all excited, and then no one buys it, which is fine. Like, it happens. I'm not the best at taking photographs, so I've only got myself to blame. But my tea's getting cold. I need one of these things. Meg from Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, she's got a thing that she puts her cup on, it keeps it warm. I need one of them. But I made some stitch markers and put them in my shop, and they basically sold out in about 2 hours or something, and it's ridiculous. And then I made some more and put them in my shop a few days later, and they sold out within a few hours. And it's a little bit wonderful. It's great, I love it. It's a little bit overwhelming because it's just kind of happened, but I'm really, really excited about it. So I want to make this a thing. I want to try and get a weekly update done. My shop's been on holiday for the past 2 weeks, but I'm opening it up today, and we'll be doing beadwork. We'll be bead weaving all this afternoon whilst watching Moana, hopefully, because we've not watched it yet and I'm really excited to see it. But I will get some beading done. It will all be things that I've already been posted in the shop. I will definitely have some more sloths in there because I've got some more of the beads that I need to make the sloths. I'll get some more unicorns, and I'll try to make some more dragons as well, because they are the things that sold the best. I've still got a sugar, like a flower crown skull in there, and I've still got some ladybirds in there, but they're all progress keepers. Ugh, almost said progress keepers then. My goodness, I've been watching too many American podcasts. That's what's happened. North American podcasts. But they'll all have little lobster clasps. I suppose I could take this out really and show you. But they'll all have little lobster clasps like this on them. And yeah. Shipping isn't actually that expensive, not to toot my own horn, toot toot, but shipping isn't that expensive. I try to keep it down best I can. I only put things on in the shop that are ready made, so everything is ready to ship. But once my parents have left, I want to get into a bit of a routine where I make things throughout the week and have like a Friday update or a Thursday update, so I can then post them on a Friday. That will probably make more sense. So I make things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, post them on Thursday, as in post them onto Etsy, and then actually put them in the post on Friday. So keep an eye out for that, but that won't happen for the next couple of weeks. But follow me on Instagram, because I post on there first when I have things that are ready to sell. So if that's something that you're interested in, keep an eye out. Moving on to life updates and what's been happening and why I haven't been posting videos. Get ready. So I went back and visited my parents, not the Monday just gone, the Monday before. And we went Monday to Monday because my best friend was getting married on Friday, and that is where you saw some of the photos that you saw in the beginning. We spent a lovely week in England. It was delightful. The weather was wonderful, as in dry. I got my hair did. Went to my parents live in Sussex. We went to Gunwharf, which is in Portsmouth, and got Mary a nice new suit for the wedding. And went to Chichester for the day and wandered around and did a bit of shopping and did a drive around Sussex villages. So we went to Alfriston, we went to Lewis, we went to Beachy Head, which sounds rude, but it's not. And it was beautiful and lovely and wonderful. And yeah, my best friend got married, and it's ridiculous. It's the first wedding I've ever been to where the bride is younger than me, so that was a bit of a shock to the system. It's the first time I'd ever been bridesmaid, so that was a lot of fun and a lot easier than I thought it would be. I danced a lot. I had to wear heels, and then I didn't take any sensible shoes to change into, so after I danced around in heels for a while, I actually just changed into my trainers and carried on dancing, which is quite funny to think about. I also got really sunburned. That's how lovely the weather was. But yes, it was a wonderful wedding. I'm really glad. Really glad that I was able to be a part of it, or that I was asked to be a part of it. The dresses were cool. You could tie them in different ways, so everyone had the same like style of dress, but then we all, as in the same dress, but we all tied it in different ways, so we all looked different, as in all the bridesmaids, and it was really cool. But it was my oldest friend, as in, well, not my oldest friend, I suppose. I have another friend who I've been friends with for longer, but it's a friend from secondary school, so it's ridiculous to see someone that you grew up with get married, because I personally don't feel old enough to get married. I don't feel like, I don't know, I know everyone, as you grow up, everyone ages at different rates, and that's fantastic and amazing. But yeah, I don't feel old enough, but I still feel like a child inside. In my head, I'm still like 21, 23-ish, when actually I'm 27 this year, so that's a little scary. And then we got back on Monday afternoon, we just chilled out here and stuff, and I finished my socks, and then we went to Dresden, because we'd never been to Dresden before. I have never been that far east in Germany before, which is so east, it's almost the Czech Republic, but it's a beautiful city. It's got a lot of history. Unfortunately, a lot of that history was flattened in the 40s, probably by us, but it's been rebuilt and it's absolutely stunning. And we'd never been, we didn't know what to expect. The Neustadt, which is like the new part of the town, is quite grungy. It's got a lot of graffiti everywhere. It's got a lot of indie shops. It's sort of quite hipster looking, if that makes sense. It's got a lot of independently owned shops. It's got a lot of like hippie shops, and it's got an art alley, Kunsthofpassage, but I don't know how I'd pronounce that. No, how I would translate that, but it's got like a arty-farty lane, I suppose, and the buildings are all painted beautifully, and there was this really cool thing that had really cool drain pipes, and I wanted to see it rain through the drain pipes, but it wasn't raining, so lucky us, because it was forecast to. And then, yeah, I had a beautiful walk around, went to the Frauenkirche, and that was stunning. That's Church of Our Lady, and that was absolutely beautiful. And yeah, it was amazing. But that is why I haven't been able to film any videos, because I haven't been here, which is why my podcast is a week later, because we got back at 11 p.m. last night. Well, our train pulled in at 11 p.m. last night, and then I basically just went to bed and slept really, really well. I'd done a lot more stuff than I'm used to, so my brain's a bit like, bah! But yes, my parents are coming next week, so I don't think I'm going to have a lot of time to film tutorials next week, because they're coming Monday to Monday, so I'm not going to have a lot of time. I'm sorry I'm slacking, but I will hopefully pick up the pace soon. But yes, that is everything that I have for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It means the world to me. And also feel free to hit subscribe. I also have craft tutorials here on this channel. I usually try to post them every Sunday. Can't guarantee that's going to happen at the moment, but I will try really hard to get them posted. Thank you so much for watching. It truly, truly means a lot to me. And I'll keep you posted. Oh, feel free to let me know any knit along ideas. That would be grand, because I can't think of any at the minute. And yeah. Thank you so much for watching, as I keep saying. And I shall see you very soon, hopefully, in my next video. Bye.